Hello, Mario.
Hi.
Hi, Mario. Nice to see you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, I don't think you can see us.
Yeah, we're off to the side of the camera, so
Can you see us?
we'll lean in now.
Hi.
Mario, this is Tom Higgins. And you probably read about him. He was at the Google I.O. when he did did you do the keynote there?
I wasn't actually in the keynote. Our product was part of it, but nobody on our staff was actually on stage. They just talked about our product and featured a content demo.
It was quite a nice speech.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, the native code plugin which Google developed is really a big thing for me. But well, let's go on to the questions I've prepared for you.
So we had prepared some questions for you, so that's okay?
Yeah, sure. Now, like I said, I'm ready to handle any questions you got, so fire away.
Mario, before you fire away, can you give us a little intro about you?
Well, okay.
Like, what's your interest with Unity 3D and stuff?
I'm following your work for the last 2 years, I think, because I've always been excited about games and browsers. So with you guys, I was right in spot. In the last 3 months, I've prepared a rather big project based on the Unity engine, and well, I've been looking forward to working with your software on a more professional level right now. So it would be interesting to hear what direction your company is going to develop the Unity engine now.
Sure.
Let's just fire away. Unity has recently been in the focus of larger game development studios. How will or does this affect the direction in which Unity develops?
Well, look, to start, I'll always preface this by our main customer base, our bread and butter, the folks that have brought us to where we are today are the small scale casual game developers. They will never be forgotten. We are not going to walk away from them. What we're doing as we expand to the likes of Electronic Arts in this world is we want the tool to offer potential from new developer beginner status all the way on up to professional full quality game and console titles. And it's about having a path that goes all the way from A to B, not stopping halfway there because we decide we can only focus on the casual or small scale end. So how will it affect the directions? It's going to offer things like console potential. How and when did we start to consider things like Xbox or PlayStation or the Wii? It's because we wanted to begin attracting a larger scale developer so that it gives you, the younger developer, a clear path if you wanted to go that direction. So it's going to add some of those higher end features, capability, and potential, but that will not come at the cost of ease of use nor at the cost of accessibility to the product. Because again, we all started as this kind of casual game developer, and we can cover the founder's story. That was what they wanted to be. So it won't come at the expense of folks like you being able to pick up the tool and do what you want to do with it. It's going to just pave the road for you further out down the line.
Okay. Well, with the addition of Android and the PS3, Unity supports now more platforms than most other engines on the market. Do you encourage this way of thinking when working with game developers?
Well, 100%, because I think too many developers get into a mindset of I develop for the iPhone, or I develop for the web, or I develop for Android. And, that's too tight of a box to put yourself in. We want to offer author once, deploy anywhere, so that wherever your content needs to go, whether that's your desire, you have a client that wants to do that development, we want to give you that potential. Because it's about being as many places as you can. And even EA recognizes this, Electronic Arts, because they were at our developer conference last year, and even they know now that it's not about a dedicated console experience anymore. You're not getting that type of game developer, or game user, excuse me. It's about that 15 minutes on the train because they pull out their phone, or the 20 minutes before a meeting while they're on their computer. So that you need to be everywhere and anywhere offers the best potential. So we fully encourage the idea that you need to look at all available platforms and make your decisions from there.
Okay, interesting. As of late, Apple has been very restrictive about the content on their App Store. Has there been any hints about problems one might face trying to develop a game for both the iPhone and Android, or any related issues?
Well, obviously I think this touches on the iPhone OS 4 terms of service changes. And this is the one sensitive topic that we have to be careful about because we don't know exactly yet. The terms of service changed. There appears to be some impact on tools like us. Obviously, Adobe kind of pulled out of the mix. What happens to Shiva or any of us that offer this multi-platform development potential? We have committed to some changes in Unity 3.0 that we think address the primary concerns, that being adoption of new hardware features. And we have some extra battle plans in place in case we need to make deeper changes to the product, but we don't know that those are definitively necessary yet, and we're waiting on final word from Apple before we commit to anything or really make public statements about it. So yes, I think there will be some impact. We just hope it's as minor as possible. As we hope for the best, we're also preparing for the worst so that if that day comes, we'll be out there. One thing is for sure, we are firmly committed to having an iPhone solution. So, we will do whatever it takes to make that possible, but we want to make it so that you can make that same app for iPhone, for Android, for the desktop, for the web, because that's our main mission, is this author once deploy anywhere mentality.
Wow, Mario.
Okay. So, let's go to more technological questions here. You've introduced Microsoft Visual Studio support in Unity 2.6. Are you planning on support for other IDEs, like the widely used open source IDE Eclipse, which is mostly used by Android developers?
So, you can already use any development tool you like externally. There are some things that functionality you might lose, but yes, we want to continue expanding the support of different tool sets. We don't like to limit people with what tools you use outside of our product, and that starts on the art side by supporting virtually every modeling tool out there by using FBX, or Photoshop, or Fireworks, or GIMP, or whatever texture creation tool you want. And we want to continue that methodology with your coding, scripting, development tools as well. Do I have anything to commit to in terms of firm functionality just yet? No. We are rolling MonoDevelop in Unity 3.0 as our new default script editor to involve debugging capabilities. And we want to continue rolling out additional support if you wanted to use Eclipse or Visual Studio or whatever. But you can use it today. I mean, these are external scripts and you can use any editor you like, even like text editor, Notepad if you wanted to be psycho about it. But it's about some of these deeper integration features like tying into the debugger and whatnot. They're going to be a bit tougher to resolve, but we'd like to keep all of that on our radar and be as flexible as we can for you.
Okay. Will the basic version of Unity be able to export to Android, or which version of Unity will I need to get started with my mobile Unity development?
Sure. So, the general story with Unity is everybody has to start with a base Unity license, which comes in two forms. There's Unity Free, and then Unity Pro, which is $1,500 or €1,100 per seat. And then that's desktop and web. For additional platforms beyond that, it's add-on licensing. So for Unity iPhone, you can either get Unity iPhone or Unity iPhone Pro, and those are two price tiers. Android is going to follow a similar model, so you're going to need to get an add-on license to it. Exact pricing and availability is still to be decided, but it's likely going to follow a similar model, right? Because that way you kind of a la carte add on additional platforms as needed, and then we're still bouncing ideas around about, do we have something like a mobile suite where you get all of our mobile platforms? Currently that would be Android and iPhone, but who knows what we're going to add later. So it'll be a similar model where you would get a base Unity license and then add on Android on top of that. But of course, we'd also have free trials, so 30-day trials before you spend any money on anything. You'll be able to take it for a spin yourself, test build some apps, and see what it's like.
Okay. Unity supports networking pretty nicely out of the box. With Unity for Android, are there any special features added to suit the special needs of mobile devices, like the limitations of 3G, Bluetooth, or Wi-Fi connections?